Unconventional advice today, but you should compare yourself with others. And in this story, I'm going to share with you exactly how comparing myself with others took me from a broke, struggling entrepreneur making no money for several years to making over $10,000 a month in the next 9 months. And that set me on an upwards trajectory, upwards and higher from there. This is going to be completely opposite to all the other advice you hear from people on this topic, so lock in. To share this with you, we're going to go on a journey back down memory lane about 10 years ago, and I was attending an affiliate marketing event, and this was my first big affiliate marketing event. This one was in the US. This one was pretty much like the Oscars for affiliate marketing, and I was broke as a joke back then. I had a full-time job, yes, but everything was going to rent, food, car, all these other expenses. So I was pretty much paycheck to paycheck. And my business, well, there was no income in there whatsoever. I was in debt from that, tens of thousands of dollars. But I knew I had to go to this event. I knew the learning was going to be incomparable. I knew the networking was going to be amazing as well. So I decided to go to this event. And looking at the room rates, my jaw just dropped. I saw it was bloody expensive. And for me back then, that was a lot of money. I mean, even for anyone right now, it was $300-400 a night. So what I did was I found some other people in the community of us that were going to that event, the other marketers as well, other people who weren't doing so hot and, were on a budget. And we decided we'd all stay together. So went over there, and I mean, in hindsight, these people could have been serial killers, right? I made it here to tell the story. Went there, we all met up, and there were 6 of us sharing a room. 6 of us sharing a room with 2 beds. 5 guys, and there was actually 1 girl there. Don't get any funny ideas, guys. I was there for business. I was there for money. I was there to learn how to grow this thing. So I just slept on the floor. I wasn't interested in no nonsense. And anyway, so we got there. We're all chipping in on that room, and I'll share with you later. We got in a bit of trouble from the hotel management. But this event, I was really excited for it and thought this would really be the one that would change the trajectory of my business. And when I say it was like the Oscars for affiliate marketing, there were people there doing $10,000 a month, $50,000 a month, people with their own training programs, people speaking on stage to everybody, people taking pictures of everybody, VIP dinners. It was nice. It was a good time. And I just knew I had to be there. And just to emphasize how broke I was, I didn't want to miss the evenings, because over dinner, this is when you really get to know people. This is when some of the other strategies might come out, and just getting to know people. Really, when you talk to people doing these kind of numbers, as I'm doing now, they're no different to you. We talk about all the same things, but there's just little nuggets of information that come out, and it's more seeing the way people think than what they're actually doing. And so in the daytime, I didn't eat any breakfast. There was some light snacks and stuff catered. So there were granola bars, coffee and stuff like that. So the granola bars were my breakfast and my lunch. And I wasn't much of a coffee drinker then, but I drank it because they didn't really have tea. I was more of a tea person, but I drank that anyway. And so during the event, we got to hear people talk about traffic strategies, marketing strategies, lead generation, sales, follow-up, video marketing, Instagram marketing, you name it. It was all there, frantically writing down on a notebook. And then there were times when people were being recognized as well. So people were being recognized for making $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, certain number of sales. And everybody was cheering them on. And I was genuinely happy for these people. I was genuinely happy. But 1% of me, maybe 2, maybe 3, was a little bit angry. And not angry at them, but like angry at myself, thinking, okay, these people are up here. Why are they able to do it and I'm not? It wasn't an anger towards them, it was an anger towards myself. I knew I was capable of it, yet these people were up there, walking on stage, getting awards, getting pictures, everybody wanting to take pictures with them, wanting to talk to them. And I knew deep down I had what it takes. But then the question was, why hadn't I done it yet? And obviously that just kind of, it just kind of irked me a little bit. And then there was a final straw that broke the camel's back. This gentleman was walking towards the stage. He was doing 6 figures. I can't remember the exact number, but he was doing over 6 figures. And I saw him. And I still remember the first 6 words I thought when I saw this guy. The first 6 words were, that guy, that guy, that guy. So he was walking towards the stage. And if you're familiar with George Costanza, that's what he reminded me of. He was bald. He was overweight. Dressed like shit, if I'm being completely honest. Big, billowing, button-down shirt that looked like a parachute with some creased trousers and sandals. Just looked an absolute mess. And that's what really made me angry. This guy did it and not me. How the F is that possible? That's what I thought to myself. How on earth is it possible that this guy can do it and I can't? And I rationalized to myself, I'm better looking than this guy. I'm a better speaker than this guy. I'm more charismatic than this guy. I definitely dress better than this guy. But then the cold hard truth came in. Why was that guy up there? Why was he making six figures and why was I not? Why was I in the back making zero, feeling angry at myself about this? It was quite simple. You see, he had put in the work and I hadn't. And I really had to let that sink in. He had put in the work and I hadn't. And so yes, absolutely I compared myself to this guy. There are times in life, yes, when you don't want to compare yourself to others. You see all these Lambos on social media, you see people pretending, or even if you are doing well, there's always somebody either doing more, or on social media, a lot of people are very good at making it look like they're doing more or they've accomplished more. In our ancestral days, when we lived in tribes, people did compare themselves to the other people in the tribe because you're in competition for the girl, you're in the competition for the appointment. And so competition is a part of life, but you have to use it in the right way. So yes, I compared myself to this guy and I realized in all realms, I could definitely come out on top. However, it was very humbling. He had done the work and I hadn't. And so that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I remember I didn't enjoy the rest of the event. There was still a night to stay. I just wanted to go home. I just couldn't enjoy myself after that. It just really was eating me up every minute, knowing that I hadn't done what I needed to do. And so just got through the event. I didn't really talk to anybody after that. I got home and I just remember executing literally the minute I got home. I got home close to midnight, I believe, and I couldn't sleep. I just wanted to go and work. And I was still working my job at the time. And so what I did was I had this mental image in my head every single day, comparing myself to this guy every single day. And what I started doing was just putting in the work relentlessly, imperfectly. Things were good, things were bad, but I knew I was always just going to keep moving forward. And that's what I did. Because until that point, if I was honest with myself, I hadn't really done what was required. I hadn't really created as much content as I should have. I hadn't collected as many decisions as I should have. I hadn't followed up as many times. I hadn't sent as many emails. Back then I was doing blogging and creating videos and I wasn't creating as much content as I should have. I wasn't driving enough traffic, if I was being honest with myself. So I started taking that action every single day. And it didn't happen overnight, but it did happen over several nights. Quite quickly, I actually started gaining some traction. And about a month or 6 weeks in, leads were literally coming in daily and sales were starting to happen here and there. Between month 2 and 3, that's when things were hitting the road consistently. Now I was getting a nice amount of leads every single day and sales were coming in regularly, at least every week. So within just a few months of action, I was popping a few $1,000 sales here and there. I remember the affiliate product I was selling, it was priced at $150 a month and my commission was $100 a month on it if people stayed on. So that was good. And I realized, okay, well, most people are dropping around month 3. So what did I do? I decided to add a bit more support. You've bought from me, I'm going to provide a bit more support. And that extended until about month 5. And so people were leaving after about 5 months. So I was essentially making $500 per sale. And then I realized there was an annual plan we could sell as well, which I can't remember the specifics, but I think it was about 10 months of $150, so around $1,500 for the year. So you'd get the 2 months free, and I think my commission must have been about $1,000 on that. So I began selling that one. I figured, hey, I can capture 10 months commission instead of just 5, which was up from 3 already. So now $1,000 sales were coming in pretty regularly. And that was from around month 3, going on to around month 4, month 5, and month 6. And just kept building that and building that as while I still had my job, mind you. After about 9 months, I'd hit that mark. And that's all it took. Literally the catalyst for me was comparing myself to this guy. Every day I didn't take action, I could just picture this guy in his parachute shirt, his creased trousers, and his sandals walking towards the stage. And it just made me mad. Sometimes you just need to get mad, and anger and hate can be great emotions to build from. You obviously don't want to stay there, but to get the ball rolling, they can be absolutely fantastic. And after about 9 months, I was up to doing that $10,000 a month. I'd cracked that six-figure annual income, which is 8,333, but I remember crossing over $10,000 a month. So much so that I was invited back to that same marketing event the next year to speak on stage about what I had done, share my strategy, share my tactics. Now, I was the boss. People wanted to take pictures with me. People wanted to ask me things. People were interviewing me. And it was a good feeling. We all have that drive for self-recognition. It feels really good. And not only that, it was also, I built my business, I'll be honest, for the money at first. It was for the freedom the money would give me, to be able to leave my job, to be able to take care of my parents. And now I was at the event, I was walking on the stage, I was getting the awards, and it all changed from that one image in my head. And so compare yourself to others where it makes sense. Compare yourself, like I said earlier, to the people who are around you, the people that you can achieve what they've achieved. This gentleman had done what he'd done just because he had done the work and I hadn't. It's nothing that I couldn't achieve, as I proved. And simply, life is competition. Fights are competition, sports are competition, exams are competition. You're running your own race in life, but you can also use other people as inspiration. And as for that gentleman, did I go and say anything to him when I saw him? Well, no, I never saw him at the next event. Don't know where he went. And he probably doesn't even know me, probably has no idea how he inspired me or that I even noticed that. But sir, I thank you.